Get ready for Dominica's Carnival, the biggest and realest juve. Ready for traditional mass. Ready for pageantry.
Silverware Award goes to
Ready for fete after fete. Get ready for costumes and parades. And exhilarating bouillon music. Yes, baby. January 18th to March 4th. Immerse yourself in the spirit of the real mass. Immerse yourself in the spirit of Dominica's Carnival 2025. Get ready for Dominica's Carnival, the biggest and realest juve. Ready for traditional mass. Ready for pageantry.
Silverware Award goes to
Ready for fete after fete. Get ready for costumes and parades. And exhilarating bouillon music. Yes, baby. January 18th to March 4th. Immerse yourself in the spirit of the real mass. Immerse yourself in the spirit of Dominica's Carnival 2025. Get ready for Dominica's Carnival, the biggest and realest juve. Ready for traditional mass. Ready for pageantry.
Silverware Award goes to
Ready for fete after fete. Get ready for costumes and parades. And exhilarating bouillon music. Yes, baby. January 18th to March 4th. Immerse yourself in the spirit of the real mass. Immerse yourself in the spirit of Dominica's Carnival 2025. Get ready for Dominica's Carnival, the biggest and realest juve. Ready for traditional mass. Ready for pageantry.
Silverware Award goes to
Ready for fete after fete. Get ready for costumes and parades. And exhilarating bouillon music. Yes, baby. January 18th to March 4th. Immerse yourself in the spirit of the real mass. Immerse yourself in the spirit of Dominica's Carnival 2025. Get ready for Dominica's Carnival, the biggest and realest juve. Ready for traditional mass. Ready for pageantry.
Silverware Award goes to
Ready for fete after fete. Get ready for costumes and parades. And exhilarating bouillon music. Yes, baby. January 18th to March 4th. Immerse yourself in the spirit of the real mass. Immerse yourself in the spirit of Dominica's Carnival 2025.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing this morning?
I'm really good. I'm really good. Bittersweet day for me. I'm leaving St. Kitts, but
Oh, it's not you alone. It's bittersweet as well.
I'm happy. So, for
Okay.
those of you tuning in today, I am Molentia Samuel, the founder of Walkabout TV. I go as the certified walkabout, and this morning I have the pleasure of having Miss Monel Alexis, the communications and PR specialist for Discover Dominica Authority, on Find Your Rhythm. This is actually the first interview on Find Your Rhythm, which is a sub segment here on Walkabout TV. And I am excited to hear about your recap of the work you've been doing in St. Kitts for Sugar Mass and what's happening for Mass Dominic 2025, the real Mass. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you, and thank you for having me as your first guest on your program. It's really good to interact with you, and it was great meeting you in Carnival
Yes.
this year in St. Kitts. So, my business in St. Kitts, we're doing a roadshow, Discover Dominic Authority. We're putting on a roadshow to entice visitors in St. Kitts and the Kittitians to come to Dominica for Dominica's Carnival. So, different activations that took place. The ASAP Glow Party was the first of these activations. You would have noticed that we had a feather banner, we had a flag on the truck, and there were different mentions and different things happened there. We also had a giveaway, and someone won a trip to Dominica with other compliments. So that was awesome. And I saw you for the ASAP Glow Parade as well. So that was pretty awesome. I want to thank Brandon and his team for allowing us to work with them and partner with them for this activation. We also did several radio, television interviews. There were other events that we went to the promotions, and there's this media group that we did some work um, with relations to stuff for television and radio as well. And Dominic also made the news. So we made the evening news one of the nights in St. Kitts. So we really pushed. A lot of people saw the visibility, they saw the brand present, and I was really happy to see a lot of Dominican flags at the carnival. And every flag I saw, I was super excited. I was there recording the flags and posting flags because this made me feel like, we're home and we have a lot of Dominicans in St. Kitts. So it's a beauty to see, the integration of the Dominicans and the Kittitians and how welcoming they are to us.
Yeah. So the first time I would have noticed that Dominica had a presence was actually at the Glow Parade. I did notice you in the parade with the flag. I was like, okay, I see Dominica stepping up. I see Dominica stepping up. I see you guys. So I realized there was the feather banner. There was the announcements on the truck at the parade of how you could enter and basically be a part of the promotion to win the trip to Dominica. So that really is what kind of captivated me throughout the whole of the Sugar Mass experience, specifically with the presence that Dominica had. And I realized that, I went to the different events, the Juve, Sunset in Shanghai, even Sundays, and there was a heavy booyah presence. The Nasty Business crew was in full effect. The Dominican flag was everywhere. And I just wanna know from your experience, like how was that being able to be here and see your guys representing Dominica in St. Kitts for Sugar Mass this year?
It was a truly proud and profound moment for me. I mean, it's one thing to see it on TV, but to actually witness it is different. And I recall, like, when our guys, I attended a few events, and when our guys were performing, I went under the stage with all flags. I was that excited. I was that excited. And I actually gave one of the artists a flag because he didn't have a flag with Dominic on stage, and he received it, and he was, waving the flag and so forth. But it was a very proud moment for me. I want to shout out our guys, our Booyah artists who have been doing a phenomenal job throughout the region. We're
Oh,
really
they were.
infiltrating. Yes,
They were.
Booyah music has successfully infiltrated the market, the music industry, and our guys are doing a great job. I'm even shivering. I'm a proud Dominican, largely because of what our Dominicans are doing abroad. So they're making us proud.
Yes, and I did remember that I was at Shanghai, Sunset in Shanghai, and it was Mr. Ridge in Dotted Dog Pudas, and I
And
realized you went to the front of the stage. He was like, "Okay, Pudas, you singing, but you don't have no flag. So what are you doing?" So he was like, "Here, take this, take this." I saw when you did that, and I really love the patriotism. I saw the different Dominica flags when Ridge and Pudas came to the front when they were at Sunset in Shanghai. I was like, yes, this is what I really like. That is something that I really admire about certain Caribbean countries when there is representation in a country, you'll always see them front and center, waving their flags and always in full support of their islanders. And that is something that I truly admire specifically about both St. Kitts and Dominica.
And it helps the artist too. It's a great feeling knowing that you have support from your people when you travel. So you feel more comfortable on stage, it makes you, it's a good feeling for the artist. So I was
Right.
happy to be part of it.
I could tell. I could definitely tell. Right now, I know that Booyah is on fire. Like, it has taken the Caribbean music scene by a storm. You have artists in Trinidad making music on Booyah beats. Admittedly, I do not like Trinidad artists singing on Booyah Beats. I just don't feel like they give it what it's supposed to give. Nevertheless, we have seen the integration of our regional brothers and sisters adapting their music style to what's hot right now. And Dominica and Booyah, we are all looking at you guys. So I just want to know, like in terms of the art form, how does that feel to see Dominica and Booyah actually being front and center on the stage?
But
Right.
before I respond to how does it feel, I do want to applaud the other islanders who are actually using our bouillon beats to create music. In Dominica, we have used different beats, or our artists have used the soca and the reggae and so forth. So it's great to see that they're using our genre to create music as well, and that can only amplify us and our bouillon music. So I want to encourage them to continue, get the beats. We have several producers in Dominica. I'm certain if you were to reach out to Mr. Ridge or Kwan or Pudas or Asa Banton, any one of these individuals will connect you to a producer. Ridge himself is a producer, so he's really great too. So reach out to them, get the music, keep it going, keep it alive and keep the energy up. So kudos to you guys for that. And again, it's back to being proud. I'm satisfied. It's humbling because we've waited for a while. We have the likes of Triple K, the WCK. They have done a great job. Asa Banton continues to do a wonderful job. And it's great to see that the younger guys would come in and they would amplify the noise and they would create that bigger hype. So this is yes. So it's it's a proud feeling. It's amazing. It's incredible. It's phenomenal. It's remarkable. It's all these exciting positive words. This is the feeling that I get when I see the other islanders, using our music, getting involved, dancing. And I was on top of the truck, right? And then I'm just hearing, I hope you find someone else, and all these other songs from Dominica. And I got so excited. I got so excited. And I'm going to the back of the truck. I'm going to the front of the truck. I'm looking at the people's reaction, how they're reacting to our music. They're jumping. They're singing along. At certain points, the DJ would have paused the music and they were responding positively. So this was a great moment. Great moment. I want to thank also, I forgot to mention, Ronnie Rascal of Extreme Juve. I was with them for Juve. Thank you to Ronnie. And also the National Carnival Committee. We would have also collaborated with them. Kittitions would have seen some of our ads during some of the events, like the Queen Show, the Carnival Parade, etc. So we've been, Discover Domnik Authority, we've been working. We've been pushing the brand.
You've been working.
We've been pushing the brand, and we appreciate the support and how warmly we have been received.
Yeah, you've been working. Every time I've seen you, if you didn't have a Dominican flag, you definitely had on merch. So you've been underground.
Listen, I did not go anywhere without a branded shirt. So people for the Carnival, the 2 days of Carnival, I mean, the Kittitions dress up for Carnival.
They do. This is the real Carnival Dolly house.
Yes, sir. This is it's the Carnival doll house. So I didn't expect that because back home, our Carnival is more of a dress down scene. So in a short pants, in a t-shirt, might see somebody cut up a shirt. It's just the old freeness. People still dress up to some degree. But Kittitions, they come out for Carnival like they're going to a queen pageant,
Every night.
I was astonished. It was something different for me. I appreciated it. I felt underdressed for a little bit because I'm seeing all this fancy attire. Yeah. And one of the times a Dominica shirt, a flag around my waist. And people with their high heels moving around. So I was like, okay, Manel, we sticking to the brand. Don't worry, we stick to the brand.
Kittition men and women, they definitely show up and show out each event. I admire the way that they carry themselves. But that's generally always how I've known them to be. They've always been people that are on point at any given time. So that's what it is.
It was a culture shock to me, but it was pleasing. I was happy to see that there's so many beautiful people. They take so much pride in how they carry themselves, how they present themselves. So that was wonderful.
It was. So now we are counting down to Mass Domnik 2025. I almost said 2024. The years
we crossed over.
Okay, and what I want to know is, how old is Mass Domnik?
Mass Domnik, I cannot give you an exact age, but we date back to the origin dated back to the 1700s.
Wow.
So there was even Carnival even before.
Yeah, because
that's how old it is.
I've been hearing that like Mass Dominic might be one of the oldest carnivals in the Caribbean. So I was
Right.
so curious to know how old is Mass Dominic. So we
So,
don't have a we don't have a definite date. That's okay. But what we do have is when does it start?
so
That
we did,
is to give the
so
viewers.
yes, so as I mentioned earlier, we date back to the 1700, and we have influences from the African, European, the French, and also from the Kalinago. So all these
Mhm.
different people that time when slavery was abolished, they were doing the different masquerades and they were dancing, and all these traditions would have continued over time. And Dominica, we both of having a very authentic carnival. That is why the masquerades from back then, the 1700s, we carried into this present day. The sensi we carried to this present day. So we still keep the traditional element into our carnival. So again, I cannot tell you specific date, how old we are, but I know that we date back to the origin dates to the 1700s.
Well, when I asked the second time, I actually meant when does it start, as in 2025.
Oh, 2025. Okay, guys. So we're coming to Dominica for Carnival this
Yes,
year, and it's
yes.
going to be it's going to be March 3rd and 4th. And Dominica's Carnival is a very interesting experience. You have the option to join us in the capital city, that is Roseau. This is where we have the biggest celebration for Carnival. Or if you have your love and you're very particular to your community, the communities have their little carnivals on Carnival Monday and Tuesday as well. So you can opt for that, stay in the community, enjoy Carnival. But I'll encourage you to come to the capital city because that's where most of the excitement takes place. So March 3rd and 4th, Roseau, Dominica, Carnival dates. Yes.
I need you to build that experience for me because now you're talking about village mass. We have mass in Roseau. What is this? Like, that sounds like a party after a party. So we need to understand what is the difference between the real mass and the village mass. Or am I saying it incorrectly? You correct me.
Okay, so you're saying it incorrectly. Everything is called the real mass. This is Dominica's Carnival. It's called the real mass. So St. Kitts, they have the sugar mass. Dominica, we have our real mass. So we
Okay.
just have different activities or mini carnivals, if you can put it, in different communities on Carnival Monday and Tuesday.
Mhm.
So the main day, again, the 3rd and the 4th, you come to the capital city. That's the main space for Carnival. That's the main focal area. So you'll find the media there. You'll find most of the foreigners pouring in. You'll find lots of persons from the different communities in Dominica pouring into the capital city for Carnival. However, the other communities still have their celebration, their Carnival as well. So there are people, let's say I'm from Portsmouth, the north of Dominica. I can opt to go to Roseau to enjoy Carnival Monday or Tuesday, or stay in my community and enjoy Carnival. So there's
Sounds
that
really
option.
good.
So a visitor can decide, okay, we're doing a whole tour of Dominica on that day. So in the morning, we're doing the Juve in Portsmouth. After we do Juve in Portsmouth, we head into Roseau for the latter part of Carnival. Or they can start Carnival in Roseau and then go move to Grand Bay for a couple hours. Leave Grand Bay, go down to Portsmouth, go down to a different community. And there's excitement throughout the entire island. This is Dominica's Carnival. So there's no really not a central focal point for Dominica's Mass Dominic.
Yeah, I can definitely understand why you call it the real mass because it's everywhere.
You feel the pulse, you wake up in the morning, you head out to Juve, and that is the start of our carnival. And I'm going to speak mostly to what's going to happen in the capital city because I want people to come to join us in the capital city. Again,
Mhm.
where most of the excitement, the entire island comes alive. But in the capital city, Roseau, this is where most of the excitement takes place. And that is the place where you want to be for Mass Dominic. So we start from about 3 a.m. with the Juve. So Juve, we have the Lapo Cabit, we have Steel Pan, we have at some point, we start about 3 o'clock for Juve. At some point, the electronic bands will join in. We have people, they're drenched in powder, they're drenched in paint, they have their thematic wear, they have their costume. You would find like the big bottom ladies, you'll find senseis, you'll find masquerades. People just wake up, and how they wake up, they go to carnival. So big colors and all these different things. The guys, they cross dress. The girls and the crews, they come in whatever t-shirt or whatever costume that they want to wear. And interestingly, we have competitions. So there's a competition for the best dressed female, best dressed group, best dressed different things. So people really show up. So if you want to see like the big flair and the excitement, start off with Juve, and we start 3 p.m. bang on time. And it continues for about 10 a.m. on Carnival Monday. So it's kind of different from other islands. Some islands, we have the Juve, for example, in St. Kitts on Boxing Day.
Mm-hmm.
Then the carnival, the 2 days of carnival, January 1 and 2. But in Dominica, we just carry straight across. So we go from the Juve straight into the rest of the day. And after the Juve, we have what we call the traditional mass parade or the old mass parade. So that's where you would see a lot of the different groups coming out. And like I mentioned before, traditional mass, think sensi, think bois bois, think, all these different elements. This is the traditional mass. And then we have the schools parade will join in. And then in the afternoon, there's a t-shirt band. So we have numerous t-shirt bands out for Carnival Monday. And interestingly, Dominica's Carnival from about 6 p.m. nightly, the ropes will drop. And everyone is welcome to join in the party for Carnival. So that's always an interesting element of our Carnival. So if you like the likes of Triple K, Signal Band, Asa Banton, Trilogy, whichever bouillon artist or band that you're into, and you just on the side of the road because you decide you don't want to be in a costume band or a t-shirt band, by the time the clock strikes 6, ropes go down and you're joining the fun. So there's that exciting element that we have. Also, there's also other trucks. So even as for certain bands, you would see ropes guiding or controlling the flow of traffic or preventing persons from entering into the band. There are other bands that follow the carnival route where persons can join in, that they don't have to worry about waiting for 6 p.m. They can join in from the start. So, and we try to have a continuous flow and always to ensure that there's something on the road throughout the entire carnival experience. So that is day 1. We end at 10 p.m. on Carnival Monday. That is March 3rd. And then you sleep. In Dominica, we have an expression, bathe, dress, and out again. So you go to sleep if you want. But some communities, if you live in the outskirts, you can always find a little party. So you don't have to sleep. You can find a little bar or something to keep the momentum going and get you straight into Carnival Tuesday. That is March 4th. And that's where we're going to have different parades. You have winners parades, the traditional parade, contemporary mass. I know a lot of people, they love the feather bands and all these different things. So in Dominica, we blend contemporary with traditional. So there's a nice little mix, a nice little marriage between the contemporary and the traditional. We have zero intentions on losing what is authentic to Dominica. So you'll always see, even as we have the days where we have the feathers and all these different elements, which are wonderful and people gravitate to, great, but you'll still see lots of individuals in their senses. You'll see the masquerades. You'll see the big bottom ladies. You'll see all this bois bois and all these exciting things that make you feel like, hey, where am I? This is Dominica. So we get this whole excitement. We bring all this together. So this happens on the Tuesday of our carnival. We start somewhere about 10 a.m. and the carnival ends at about 10 p.m. Hopefully the police don't stop us. We like when the police don't stop us. Police, if you're listening, be nice, don't stop us. So yes, there's always an excitement for Dominica's carnival. And we have, or what we call it as a carnival experience. So it's not just 2 days of carnival. We have over 40 events in our carnival experience.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear 40, 0.
0, yeah, that one. So we have over 40 events in our calendar of activities, and our calendar starts on January 7th. So from January 7th, that's next week.
Yeah.
So experience starts next week, the 7th, January 7th, and the experience ends on March 5th. So we wanted to come to Dominica. In fact, come several times. Come in January, come back. Come back in February for a few days. Come back again for March for the final days of Carnival. Or just come for 2 weeks. It is a great idea if you're making plans to come to Dominica for Carnival. Come for about 2 weeks. Because I can promise you, I can guarantee every day there's an event that you can go if you're in Dominica for 2 weeks. And there are multiple events that you can participate in too. And some days there are more than one event. So you can go to one event in the morning, join one event in the afternoon, or start one in the afternoon, jump into one in the evening, start one in the evening, leave that one, go to another one. There's always something happening in Dominica. The sound, the smell, the flair, the everything. There's just big hype and excitement in Dominica for the carnival. And I forgot to mention also, part of our carnival experience is the cuisine. Because you come to Dominica, you're gonna have the full immersive experience. It's not just you being on the road chipping, which by the way, we have great music. Bring your partner. If not, you will find one in Dominica. We got you. So we have great music for chipping and to give the excitement. But it's also this culinary experience in Dominica for Carnival. So you can savor the great cuisine, the roadside treats, the restaurants are always open. And I'm encouraging people just come with money. You don't even bring clothes. Don't bring clothes. Our stores remain open during the Carnival experience. You can buy clothes in Dominica. You can do your hair in Dominica. You can eat in Dominica. You can sleep in Dominica. So come empty and leave filled because you would have had a phenomenal experience on the nature island, and everything you want for this Carnival experience, you can find it in Dominica.
So as a first timer, I cannot go to 40 events. What are the must go to fringe events that you would recommend a first timer to go to?
Okay, recommendations. I will start off with the event of Sunrise event. So Sunrise is a staple event for the Carnival season, and Sunrise takes place somewhere around the 28th of March, if I have the date correct. Yes, it's the 28th of February, our Sunrise event. And this one we have, if you're into booyah music, and we know you all love booyah music, so this is great. So because you love our booyah music and you want to ensure you feel the pulse of Dominica when you come to Dominica for Carnival, then that must attend event is Sunrise. Sunrise, you feature artists like, Trilogy, Kwan, Little Boy, Issa Banton, and lots of other booyah artists. And we also pour in regional artists and sometimes international artists into the Sunrise event. This one, as we said, sunrise. So come in the night and we watch the sun rise. So this is what this event is. If you're into pageants, then the Miss Dominica pageant will take place on the February the 27th. We have 5 girls. They're getting ready. It is always a very exciting production, the Miss Dominica pageant. So this one you don't want to miss. And I just want to present at least the 2 weeks before, because I'm telling you, it's a great idea to come in 2 weeks before Carnival. Now, if you come before, there are several other events that you can buy into. And even as I'm going to mention the latter 2 weeks, I encourage you visit our Facebook page, Dominica Festivals. You'll find the full calendar, January, February, and March of all the different events. And also log on to our website, dominicafestivals.com. You will see the full complement of the events as well. But presenting just about 2 weeks, because you're coming to Dominica for 2 weeks to enjoy. You're not coming. Don't come just for Carnival. Don't do that. Make better decisions. Come early, leave late. So because you're coming very early in February, let's start somewhere around the 15th. So if you're into Calypso, we have the Calypso semifinals, and Calypso is one of the great events, a lot of social commentary. There's lots of stuff to discuss or to learn about in Dominica. So come to the Calypso, and it's always a high-powered, high-energy event. So come to that. Also, we have Reggae on the Boardwalk is a staple, and Reggae on the Boardwalk happens every Thursday. So you have Jazz in the City on a Tuesday, Carnival Edition, and Reggae on the Boardwalk, Carnival Edition, happening on a Thursday. On Saturday, 23rd, there's an event called Amped. You want to do this one. We also have remember I mentioned before that we have different carnivals, right? Happening during our main day. We also have village carnivals as well. So there are different days that we the entire island, we pour into different villages for a carnival. So we have on the 22nd. So on 22nd, there's 4 events on the 22nd. So on the 22nd, there's Amped D, there's the Marigot Village Carnival, there's the Mother's Queen Pageant, and there's the Maho Village Carnival as well. So 2 villages having carnival, their pageants as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to the village carnivals first. Then after, we're going to go dress up and go to a pageant, be all classy, be like the Kittians, so that's what we're going to do. And then we have on the 23rd, an event called Wind Down. There's also the Miss Teen pageant on the 23rd. On the 26th, there's a roll call who's going to Rio event. On the 27th, Carnival Gopwell. On the 27th, also, the Miss Dominica pageant. 28th, Sunrise. 28th also, well, the 28th, there's 1, 2, 3 events. There's the Sunrise, Welcome to Paradise, and there's Drift, the barge boat party. On Saturday, the 1st, That is the Saturday before you're gonna enjoy Carnival the most. We have one, two, three, four events. So in Dominica, you have options, and I love that because there's something for everybody. So if you're coming with your family, there's events that you can go with your family. And I do want to encourage persons if they're coming with kids, be mindful of the events that they bring their kids to. Not all events are children friendly. So just a gentle reminder of that. Certain children should not be exposed to certain types of music, blah, blah, blah. So outside of that, things for everyone for the season. So back to Saturday the 1st, there's the Brunch D, all-inclusive food and drink. There's Stranded at the beach back in my community, Portsmouth. And this event is fantastic. You should go to that one too. There's the Calypso Grand Finals. There's Viva la Carnival as well. So 4 events Saturday 1st. On Sunday the 2nd, that is the day before Carnival, Team Don't Sleep, Babe Dress Out Again situation. We have the original Carnival South and Punch, the Dimash Gra dance at the Fort Young Hotel with Singing Stars, and there's also the Kiddies Carnival. And you don't sleep after that day. You stay up because the energy is great. You have a little alcohol drinking, you say a little prayers, but you don't sleep. Put your clothes on, hang out with your friends, because the Juve experience for some events starts at midnight and some start before midnight. So you dress long before midnight on Monday morning to get ready for Monday Carnival, Monday, day 1 of Dominica's Carnival. So the excitement is there. It's electrifying. The pulse, you're going to feel it. You'll smell the food in the air. You'll hear the excitement when you go for the island and you engage with the people. The conversations are, what am I wearing? What band I'm going to be in? The bars are louder. Everything is just magnetic and very responsive in Dominica during our Carnival time. And it's one Carnival experience you don't want to miss.
I have one question.
Yes.
Red Bull sponsoring Mass Dominic?
Red Bull, I do not have the details of the sponsors, so I cannot tell you right now if they are or they are not. But I will ask you, do you like, oh, you need energy?
Yeah. You need energy. Dominica's pure pace.
Yes, Dominica's Carnival. I think all our festivals require some level of energy. So it's a good idea if you're coming to Dominica, rest first. So take your time, sleep, drink your water. When you come down, our pharmacies remain open for a very long time. You can get your vitamins in Dominica. Don't worry, because while you're here for the Carnival experience, it's a great opportunity. You should take your vitamin C. In fact, every time I travel to do a promotion for whatever, Carnival, whatever the case may be, I always top up on my vitamin C every day just to ensure I don't get sick and I have the energy to carry me through. So I encourage persons when they come into Dominica for Carnival, go to our pharmacies. We're open. Top up on your vitamins because you'll need the support. And our stores remain open. You can get your energy drinks. And if you're tired, then rest, because we have areas where you can just sit and chill. The Botanical Gardens is right there. Walk with your chair if you're folding chair, if you want to, lean on something, go to a restaurant, talk to a local, get somebody to give you a chair to, Dominica is a very friendly and welcoming environment. So there's always somebody who's willing to assist you with whatever you need to do in Dominica. And a beauty of one of the most interesting things about our Carnival experience is the safety component. It is a very safe environment to be in. It is so safe that lots of travelers, female travelers, or rather solo travelers, come to Dominica for the Carnival experience. They come, they experience Carnival, they go through the island for a tour, and they return home and they don't complain. They were not scared. There was no fear for their lives or anything of that sort. So our Carnival is one of the safest carnivals in the region. So if you don't be worried about concern about your safety. And we're so safe in Dominica for Carnival. Our guys, they like to wear their big chains. Our guys come out with their full complement of chains in their neck for Carnival. They rock all their gold, and there's no fear. There's no fear. Nobody is scared to be in Dominica for the Carnival because it's a very safe environment. I want to shout out the police, because the police, they come out in numbers. They literally litter the streets during the Carnival to ensure that we are safe. And Dominicans understand, or they get upset when people try to spoil their fun. So we don't encourage people to fight in our Carnival. And if there's a situation, the police is always there to arrest the situation very quickly so it doesn't escalate and prevent you and I from enjoying the Carnival experience.
Sounds really good. I've been seeing online there's this event where I think it's something with fire and a spirit. Tell me about that. I know you know what I mean. I cannot pronounce the name and I don't want to mess it up.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So I was getting to that because we were still on the experience. So
Okay.
as I mentioned earlier, the Carnival experience, we start on January 7th and we end March 5th. So on the 5th of March, that's when we bury the spirit of Carnival. So it's not
Mhm.
some voodoo ritual. So we're not into that. You know. But it is somewhat like a ritual per se, and it happens in the Kalinago territory, and that is where our indigenous people live. And over time, for the past 2 years, we have also branched out to another community called Dubla. So you have the option of being part of the Tewe Vaval in the Kalinago territory with our indigenous, or you can go to the Dubla community that's somewhere up north for that experience. What happens? So if you were to see some islands and they were having funeral, right? And during the funeral procession, they have trucks and they dancing and they singing, and they carrying the coffin and they have all this little excitement. So this is a
Mhm.
similar experience that we have here for our Tewe Vaval. So there's a coffin, symbolizes, carnival in the coffin being buried. And at some point, the coffin is lit over a pry, and then people jump over the fire and all this excitement, and there's music, there's food, there's dancing. So it's a whole vibe. So if you come into Dominica for Carnival, bury the spirit with us. And then transition, it also signals the transition into Lent, the Tewe Vaval experience or ceremony. And it is one that has grown to be very popular over the years. And we find lots of foreigners pouring into the Kalinago territory for that experience. I missed last year, so I want to ensure that I go this year. I saw a lot of pictures and videos, and I was like, crap, now make better decisions. So going, but I have to go for Ash. So I don't know how I'm going to go to church for Ash Wednesday and still go there. So, work in progress, but it's a great experience. We bury the spirit of Carnival on Ash Wednesday, and we want you to come. So, remember, when you come into Dominica for Carnival, come for an experience. You're not just coming for 2 days. If it's only 2 days, you can make it to Dominica for Carnival. That's the 3rd and the 4th. That is fine. Do that. But it's a great idea to come at least 3 days before and leave 2 or 3 days after. Because when you're done, we bury the spirit of Carnival, we transition into Lent, a quieter feel. We want you to get a fully immersive experience of the island. At that time, your body is sore. And because you're a little sore, we got you. We have several natural hot spots. You have the option for sulfur, for fresh water, for mineral water. Go soak it up. If you still have energy, take a hike. We have 14 segments of the Waitakubuli National Trail. We have sperm whales. We have over 250 sperm whales in our water for the entire year. You can take a yacht, charter a yacht, and then go do a tour. Check out this. Go swim with the sperm whales. We have some of the healthiest corals in the region, and I can attest to that because I swam some islands in the region, checking out the coral reefs. So I can confirm for a fact that Dominica has some of the healthiest corals in the region. So you can explore that as an option too, and you can do the snorkeling to look at the coral reefs in the night. In the Portsmouth, my hometown, we have the night snorkeling experience. So you can do that too when you come to Dominica for Carnival. Go snorkel. We have a Waitakubuli sea trail where you can go on a kayak, and then there's about 14 or so segments, so you can do the different segments. The people are wonderful. There's a sunset tour. If you're coming with somebody, make sure coming alone is fine. If you come with your partner, you can have romantic experiences in Dominica. One option is the sunset kayak tour. But they take you up, a kayak, you and your lover with your drinks and everything, and the sunset is there, romantic setting. You might get engaged that's it. Come to Dominica for Carnival and get engaged because we have romantic things happening on the nature island, I promise you. And if that's not your flair, you want something softer, then we have rivers. We have numerous rivers. We have numerous waterfalls. We can go on a horseback ride. We have several natural retreats where you can be very immersed in the environment. Jungle Bay is one such environment that you can get a natural component. There's lots of things to do in Dominica when you come here for Carnival. So if you're coming to Dominica, come for a Dominican experience. Come for Carnival. Remember, you're coming for Carnival, but you're also
Yes.
leaving a Dominican experience. And what marries or what ensures that you have the Dominican experience is you having the excitement of the festival and still getting the experience of the island. The restaurants are open, the food is great. Our restaurant owners, they have their food handlers permit. Our people from the health department, they ensure that the people do their checks. People must have the handlers permit when they have their food is being sold on the road for Carnival, so the food is safe, the restaurant food is safe. Um, Everything is just a great experience in Dominica. So when you're coming, come for a Dominican experience. You're going to have it. You're going to enjoy it. And you're going to leave with a smile on your face. And only thing you have to do next is figure out when is your next trip. And then you're going to come back for jazz because jazz is May 4th. And we'll talk about that shortly.
Great. So let's talk access, because we've talked about experience. We talked about the whole immersiveness of not only Carnival, but engaging ourselves in the local culture and everything else. We need to talk about access. I've noticed that we have flights coming in with United. You have different flights with Win Air. We need to talk access. How can people get to Dominica?
Okay, so
Okay.
getting to Dominica for Carnival and any other experience is very easy. American Airlines flies daily from Miami. You can opt to American Island or American, sorry. You can use American Airline or you can opt for United Airlines. They start from February 14th and they will be flying to Dominica daily. So you can get that. Win Air flies to Dominica into Caribbean Airways. We have Sunrise, we have Caribbean Airlines. So we have different airline options. So getting to Dominica is very simple. So just if you're coming in from St. Kitts and Nevis, for example, Win Air flies directly, Sunrise flies directly. You have other options like Caribbean Airlines and the Caribbean Airlines. If you're coming in from the USVI, we don't have direct flights to Dominica from the USVI. However, fly to San Juan, Puerto Rico, and get your connection here to come to Dominica. If you're in St. Martin, Win Air, great choice, direct flight to Dominica. But you can also opt for Sunrise, Caribbean Airlines, into Caribbean Airways. And if you're into Tola, come over for Carnival. Direct flights into Caribbean Airways and also with Win Air. You can also opt for Caribbean Air, Win Air, Sunrise, Silver. Again, from the USA, direct flights, AA, United. It's a great idea to book early. If you're in Europe, you need a connecting flight, get to one of the hubs, be it in Trinidad or in Antigua, and hop over to Dominica. So you can fly with British Airways if JetBlue, get to Trinidad, get to Antigua, and then from there, jump on Sunrise or into Caribbean and get to Dominica. Oh, and by the way, something I forgot to mention. Your experience starts from the time you
Get on the
land
plane.
on the island. No. From the time you land. You pack in your bag, you're happy. So the experience starts from the time you pack in your bag. When you pack in your bag, you need to put on some booyah music. You pack in your bag, you come to Dominica for Carnival, put on some booyah music, get into the mood, forget something so you can buy it in Dominica. But get into the mood when you're packing your bags before Carnival. And as soon as you land, you touch down on our soil, you go through immigration, you are greeted by a welcome party. So there's music and there's drinks. There's a nice like a party outside of the airport and outside of the seaport in Dominica when you land for Carnival. So this is how we start in your experience with you from the time you touch down. You're having a good experience. And if you have issues, if you want information about getting taxi drivers when you come to Dominica, we have that information on our website, dominicafestivals.com, and also on our Facebook page, Dominica Festivals. All the details are there. So get there, get the list of different taxi drivers, operators, tour guides that you can use throughout that experience. And if you need assistance with flights, with booking, with rooms, our concierge team is waiting to assist you. We're here. We want to assist you. So again, call between working hours 8 to 4 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. We're happy to assist you. And our numbers 1767-275-7263. Another 1767-275-7298. And we're also available via email. If you don't get us on the phone, shoot us an email. We'll respond. Why? Because we want you to come to Dominica. Yeah. So the email addresses is daconcierge1@dominica.gov.dm. Next one, daconcierge2@dominica.gov.dm. So there are options. Our people are waiting. We're on standby. Our team at Discover Dominica Authority, Dominica Festivals, we're on standby. We want you to come to Dominica. We want you. Dominicans want to see you in Dominica for the carnival. You, the foreigners, help make our carnival more special than it is. So I want you to keep coming. Come and join us.
Speaking of that, I just want to ask you, what is your favorite carnival moment? Like you. My moment will be determined by me, but I want to hear about your favorite carnival event, your favorite carnival moment. Build the vibe for us.
Okay. My favorite carnival moment is the point where we have this area we call the bayfront. So at one point, so this is like the biggest space on the road. So
Yes.
at certain points, you'll find the band is at the bayfront, and you see hundreds, we see thousands of people just together jumping up in a sea, in a wave, waving their flag. And this is the pinnacle for me. This is my moment. So just to be able to witness it from, I would sometimes go on top, there's this restaurant, I'll go on top of the restaurant so I can see the entire band. So this is a great view. This is the moment for me in Carnival when that happens. I think this year I'm gonna get on top of a truck so I can get a better view on top of a truck.
As you
I think
should.
on
As
that
you
day.
should. I'm
Pardon?
smiling. I said, as you should. I'm smiling from ear to ear. While I've never experienced Mass Dominic, I went to World Creole Music Festival, so I can only imagine what Mass Dominic is like.
Yes, yes, yes. So imagine the energy carried through as high as we had for the World Creole Music Festival. Imagine World Creole Music Festival, there's several fringe events, Carnival, several fringe events before and after the activity. Imagine the food, imagine the culinary, imagine the arts, imagine the flair, imagine the vibrance. This is what you're going to experience in Dominica. So we always ensure that we put our best foot forward when we're having events. So yes, so that's my moment for me. When the truck hits on the bayfront, trucks like Triple K, I'm gonna look out for Triple K signal with Ridge and Pudas. That's what I'm gonna look for. When they are there, and listen, this is just a spectacle. And it's very likely that several persons would have seen videos because that is where you see a lot of drone shots, because that's when you can see the most people. So this is an exciting time for me. And with respect to events, exciting events, my best or my favorite event is Sunrise. The Sunrise event, there's no MC. So what happens is just artist after artist, DJ after DJ, a consistent flow. VIP is great. There's a government VIP, there's a VIP, there's the grounds, there's the beautiful setup, the food delicious, drinks flowing, security on point. So Sunrise is my event. And I'm really looking forward to going to Sunrise. Maybe I get a free ticket, boss, check me, Irie. So I'm really looking forward to going to the Sunrise event. This is going to be the most exciting event, and that one is going to be held on the 28th. So I'm inviting you to join me at Sunrise. And also, I don't want to dictate to people what event that they should attend. So yes, I want you to come to Sunrise because Sunrise is one of the best events for me in my experience. But we have a lot of the different organizers who have worked very hard in curating these different experiences for people when they come to Dominica, be Dominicans and visitors. So I want you to look at the calendar, do your research, and based on your research or just the name of the event, go have the experience. And I think experiences are better when you experience it before somebody tells you about it. So
Yes.
go with an open mind and have a great time. And then when you experience your experience, when you're having your time, take pictures, take your best photos and post them online because we want to follow you. We want to see how you're enjoying Dominica. We want to see how you're enjoying your experience in Dominica. So use the hashtags, hashtag Mass Dominic, hashtag Dominica, hashtag Travel Dominica, so we can follow your story. We can share. Tag us, Dominica Festivals. Collab with us on your posts so we can accept your post on Instagram. And or tag us on Facebook so we can accept it too. And we can share your experience and we can amplify your experience to the world. And this is what I want you to do. Go for the calendar, find your event, and have your experience and tell your story. And I promise you will have a good experience to tell, a great story to tell, because Dominica's Carnival is all about the story. So every event tells a story. your sunrise. The Calypso is another story. Amt is a story. Viva la Carnival is a story. So everything in Dominica for the entire experience is a story. And I promise at the end of Carnival, you should be able to write a book, if not sleep. No, after Carnival, you're going to ask your boss for some time off because you need a break. That's what you need. You will need some time off to relax and to recuperate. Hopefully, you buy enough medication in Dominica because you'll need some extra vitamins. So, this is the sort of experience that you're going to have here in Dominica.
The thing is with Dominica, you go in, you be like, I'm gonna be chill, I can have a good little time, I'm gonna sway left to right. By the end of the night, your wig is off, and you're like, how did that happen?
Yes. And then it's the lovely thing about our carnival experience. Dominicans will not judge you. So, like I said, our carnival is very relaxed. So you come with your short pants, you come with your crop top, you come with your shirt, you don't have to dress up. If you want to dress up, that is that option that you want. But it's a very relaxed situation. You're not judged based on what you wear. You are free to express yourself, whatever expression that you want it to be it you want to be in feathers, you want to be covered in paint or powder, mud or oil. You are free to express yourself in Dominica during our carnival. So don't worry about what people will say or what they will think. We don't care about that. What we care about is you enjoying your time. And what you should be concerned about is you having your experience in Dominica. Again, it's a safe space. You don't have to worry about your life or your safety or your companion. If you need assistance with, be it you want to travel to somewhere, you want to get food, you want to go around, Dominicans are very welcoming. They're very friendly. We will help you. Do you understand? We will help you. And
And I know
if you're too shy to ask a question, go to our Facebook page, Dominica Festivals. We have the list of taxi drivers. Stop a police officer, stop anybody. They will talk to you. We like people. Dominicans love people. We are very welcoming and embracing culture. So we'll help you out. Just reach out.
I want to I want to make a request for my walkabouts. So you guys came to St. Kitts, you had giveaways. My walkabouts want to know, where can they find some giveaways online? Are there any more for the season? What do they need to do? Do they need to follow, like a picture? What do they need to do to have a chance to experience Mass Dominic 2025? The real Mass.
The real mass. So we do a lot of giveaways during the carnival experience. So every destination we travel to for the road shows, we would do probably one or two giveaways or rather contests. So we will do several in Dominica, many online. So what you need to do to know what's going to be happening, follow our Facebook page, Dominica Festivals. From next week, every other week we should be live. Well, I would be live on Dominica Festival's Facebook page. We're doing giveaways. We have press conferences every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. where you get all the details of the different carnival, and also during the press conferences we have the organizers from the different bands. So if you're interested in coming to Dominica, you want to join a band for carnival, a great way to find information from the band members themselves, organizers themselves, is to follow our press conferences. They're very short and very punchy, to the point. No long speeches, no long story. We're on a tight ship. So you come, you get information, and you make your decision. But again, easiest, quickest way to follow is to follow our Facebook page, Dominica Festivals. So go now,
Dominic.
and yeah, so go now and then just click the like button, click the follow button, and whenever we're pushing our content on how to get a free trip to come to Dominica for Carnival, whatever the case may be, then you could be the winner. It's that simple. Oh, we do a lot of trivia questions too. I recall doing several trivia questions for World Creole Music Festival. So it's likely that I do a few of that, or rather, Discover Dominic Authority does a few of that for the Carnival experience.
Yeah, it sounds really
So
good.
worry not, guys. Coming to Dominica is very easy, and it's a great idea to book early. I was looking at the sites where you can book the hotels.
Mhm.
Lots of hotels, especially in the capital, are booked. They're sold out. They're booked, fully booked for the festival. Oh, we have over 800 Airbnbs. So
Okay.
you're okay. So don't worry. Even if you may not be able to get a hotel, check out for the Airbnbs. Remember, if you're having any issues, at the end of this interview, I will plug in our numbers for the concierge and for the email address for the concierge as well. So call our contact, reach out to the concierge team, and they will be able to assist you with getting accommodation or Airbnb for the situation for the carnival, not the situation, the great situation called the carnival. Yes, that's it.
Yes, yes, yes. That sounds good. Monel, you did an excellent job. Speaking about Dominica, like if I didn't have, you know, real life commitments, I would be in Dominica by the 7th. But I
You
can't.
should come. You see, people like you need to work remotely.
I
And
do.
if
I
you work, oh, fine. And you need to put it into existence. You know, we need to work remotely so we can be wherever we want to be at any time that we want to do whatever it is what we want to do. Yes, amen. So, so if you had that option, then coming to Dominica Carnival would be a great choice. But outside of that, even if you can make it just one day, I would tell you take a sick day and just dock all cameras that you see, wear a mask. I come and enjoy Dominica's carnival. I promise you will not regret it. But it would be remiss of me to not mention the two other events that we're having this year as
Mhm.
well. Dominica, we do have several events. So Carnival
Yeah.
is the first one for the year, or the mini event, one of the events for the year. After that, on May 4th, we transition. We go into Jazz and Creole. This one takes place in the Cabrit's National Park, a very scenic event. I think a large part of the event is the location. The national park is just so beautiful. When you get there, this is a dressing event. So people really come out, and I spend a little too much money to work on that. But people normally really dress up to attend the Jazz and Creole event in Dominica. So you don't want to miss
Because
this
it's
one on May.
like a beautiful garden type of area.
Yes, not garden per se. It's more of it's a fort.
Okay, okay.
Have all of the different things that remind you of the fort with the sleeves wool and everything. It's where the grass is manicured, the stage is there. It's just a beautiful setting. Again, the experience for that starts. We actually have shuttle services, and the experience starts from your pickup point on the shuttle service. There's music on the shuttles. As soon as you get to the cabrits at the bottom of the hill, there's a DJ. You can drink some rum. There's bars. There's this and that, and the shuttle take you up the hill. And the party just is just a great experience for jazz and Creole, and that's happening May 4th in 2025 this year. And we have Bike Fest. Last year we have Bike Festival. This year we're looking forward to having Bike Festival. I don't have too much details on that yet, but this last year was great. And then we had riders from different islands, from Guadeloupe, from Antigua, from St. Martin, St. Lucia, pouring into Dominica. And I remember the guys saying how great it is to ride together. And they've been wanting for a long time to ride with each other. And they came to Dominica and they had that experience. So they're really going to bring a lot of their other friends to Dominica, a lot of other islanders, looking forward to come into Dominica for our Bike Fest. It's a Banton has a breakfast fest in Dominica sometime during the summer. You don't want to miss that. We also have the World Creole Music Festival, 3 nights pulsating rhythm. This is one of the events that you may need to take a vacation before you come to Dominica, and a vacation after, and the vacation before and after should be just rest days. So consider
Yes,
rest days before, and you can confess to that. You would
I
need to rest.
can.
Because the Dominica events, especially the World Creole Music Festival, we pride in presenting a daybreak experience. So we start somewhere about 7 8 p.m. on the Friday. We end 7 or 6 after 6 a.m. after 7 a.m. on the Saturday morning. Again, we start again 7 p.m. on the Saturday. After we start 7 p.m. on Saturday, we end about after 6 in the morning. Then a Lapo cab with band take you a couple of miles down to the capital city for another fete that runs until the festival starts again about 5
Yeah.
o'clock in the morning. And I would have heard persons would have mentioned that they couldn't make the grade. A lot of people could not
And
make the
that
grade.
was that event was prime, right? That
Yes.
was
So then
prime.
Saturday. So there are different things they can do on the Saturday. So after festival morning on the Friday, so Friday festival start about 7, 8 p.m. It'll end about in the morning. You go Saturday morning, dress, go to prime in the afternoon, And then from Prime, come straight into Carnival Festival. After festival, follow the Lapo Cabot and go into another party, and then follow the party and come back into festival for the Sunday. So that is the experience that you're gonna have for Mass Dominic. High energy. Again, for our events, every event, in particular, Carnival, Jazz, WCMF, World Career Music Festival, you will find arts. So if you're into the arts, the crafts, you want to purchase some souvenirs from Dominica, you can get these things at the different events. So come to Dominica again, come a little earlier so you can get your souvenirs. You know, we're big on our rums and our different things. So sample the different rums from Dominica, do a different tour. We have tour guides on standby, they're willing to assist you, they are certified. We make sure, listen, you coming here to a very safe environment. Our taxi operators are certified, our tour operators are certified. We present names of taxi operators that we know will ensure that you have a good time. And also the food handlers, they have their permits. So you're okay. You won't have a messy situation for Carnival. And if you do, pharmacies remain open throughout the entire experience. We got you. So you come into Dominica for the Carnival experience. I guarantee you that you will have a phenomenal time. You'll have stories to tell your friends. Again, come early, leave later. Dominica, I think what I would tell you, if anything, Dominica, think safe, think authentic, think high energy, think great vibes, think bouillon, think my money spent the right way, think I don't have to have too much money to enjoy myself. So this is what I want you to think when you're thinking of Dominica's Carnival. It's not a situation where you need a lot of money to enjoy the Carnival experience. If you don't want to join a costume band, you don't have to. You will still enjoy the Carnival. You will still be in the band anyways at some point. So
Yeah.
come early, leave late, and have a great time on our nature island. We're waiting for you. So come.
Monel, it was a pleasure having you as the first guest on Find Your Rhythm here on Walkabout TV. You have given us a mouthful of what Dominica has to offer for Mass Dominic 2025, the real Mass. I am excited. I'm going to log off now and start to look at flights. And
Yes.
only time will tell where I would be at the end of February, early into March. But it really was a pleasure. You guys came and you represented well here in St. Kitts for Sugar Mass this year. I was very impressed with the presence. I was impressed with the caliber of performances by the Bouillon artists. And I am sure that Mass Dominic 2025 will be a success.
Thank you. And I want to thank you very much for allowing me to be a guest on your program, your first guest. Yay. So thank you very much for that. Again, I want to thank the Carnival Committee, St. Kitts, Extreme Band, Extreme Juve. Thank you to Brandon, Ronnie, and everybody who would have worked with Discover Dominica Authority, one way, shape, or form, to ensure that we have a presence in St. Kitts for Carnival. We look forward to welcoming St. Kittitians to Dominica, inviting everyone to Dominica for Carnival. If you're concerned about your safety, don't worry about that. Dominica remains one of the safest carnivals in the region. So think safety, think authentic. We got you. So once again, thank you very much for having me. It's a great idea to book your flights right now. Go look for a suitcase or just come with a plastic bag. Buy a suitcase in Dominica. We sell, everything. Listen, everything you want, you can get it in Dominica, especially during this time. Our vendors ensure that they go out, they do their purchases. So when visitors come to Dominica, then they can get what they want. The barbershops remain open. You don't have time to do your hair. Come early. Get a haircut. Get your eyebrows, get your lashes done. We sell lipstick. We sell everything back here. So I want you to come to Dominica, have a great time. And keep in mind that when you come to the nature island, we want you to live with a good experience. I I would tell you, don't do what you are going to regret at the end of the day. But when you're coming, come and have the best experience that you can possibly have, and go back home and tell the story and bring your friends. And thank you once again.
You're welcome. It really was a pleasure having you on here today. I am Molentia Samuel. This is Walkabout TV, where you can find your rhythm and find your tribe. Don't log off just yet because we have the save the dates for Dominica's Mass Dominic, as well as the flyer for Sunrise and some promotional videos coming up just now. So thank you all for watching. Thank you, Monel, once again. And until we meet again, whether virtually or in person, it was a pleasure making your acquaintance.
Pleasure meeting you, and thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Long time I do get a little truck on the road. Long I do get myself in carnival mode. Long time I do argue but which band is the best. I want to feel a little bit.